Meow! Huples cat. Day 55 of my walking streak today. It'll be day 5 of Kitty, the camera person's. Why am I dressing up like this? It's a little hot, isn't it? It's because I'm going out for a walk and it's a bit snowy. So Wolfie won't come along, but you have to. Let's go. If you can, always make sure you keep the bird feeders filled. The chickadees appreciate it. So I went out before 8 and I did clear some of the dog's path for him. We're going to have to do some more of that today. An old Canadian barn in the winter. So as you can see, the snow falls in the forest, not just outside it. It's about -6 centigrade right now, but in the wind it feels a lot colder, which is why I'm overdressed, because it's very, very cold in the wind chill. It's gusting really bad. A frozen Canadian beaver pond in the winter. Normally this time of year I'd walk across it because it's a lot easier going, but I actually want to try my path out. And of course, the longer I'm out today, the more close to 1 hour of walking I get in day 55 of my streak. Just to give you an idea of the conditions, we had about 1 inch down. They said we'd have about 6 inches, maybe by tomorrow. I'm not seeing that. I think we'll probably end up with 2 inches total. Right, I'm going to put the camera away until I find something to video because it's actually kind of hard going. I could watch the snow fall all day. Beautiful. I want to dedicate day 55 of my continuous walking streak to Chris, the plant-based runner from Iowa, Des Moines specifically.
Woo! Run streak day 100, baby! We've made it to day 100, that's right. Run streak day 100. We're now in triple digits here. It's a good feeling. Feels good to make it this far. And it's gonna feel even better to keep going. Maybe even make it to 200, you never know. You don't necessarily need full rest days to get stronger and to run longer. I'm continuing to get stronger, get in better shape, and be able to run longer without soreness the next day. That continues to happen. Now, not saying you don't want to do rest days in general. Rest days serve their purpose, and for most athletes, most runners, rest days are essential. John Goodman, lots of people were in this movie. It was a great movie, funny movie. I don't know why it was so low rated, I have to be honest. It's a little weird, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. Pace was pretty good today. Let me see if it tells me. 8 minutes, 24 seconds per mile. I think yesterday was 8 minutes, 23 seconds per mile. So right around where we were yesterday. 2 very similar runs today and yesterday. And them really well, so these are gonna be really good. But to go with our black beans, we got a bunch of corn tortillas, some lettuce and some guacamole. I'm also gonna throw some salsa on there, maybe a couple other things. Just a nice, simple, easy, but filling meal.
Gonna link his video for the 100th because it's actually worth watching. It's very well inspiring, whether you're a runner or not, whether you're doing a streak or not. One of the things I'd like to add to it is he and me should not be afraid to take an entire day off if conditions warrant it. If you get injured, you'll have a lot more time off your feet than if you sensibly take a rest day. If you don't need a rest day, do the streak. So far at day 55 I haven't needed one, and at day 100 and something Chris hasn't needed one. But don't damage yourself, Chris. Not worth it. It's well worth it just to say I had a rest day, I'm having a free day, and that's it. And carry on with the streak after that. That's a beaver lodge over there. That's a trail I found this year and I carved out again and got ready to use. But this delights me, clear evidence of a live beaver in the ponds. Absolutely essential around here for the ecosystem to have living beaver. The other thing, a couple of people suggested putting bowers down on the ground underneath my sleeping pad. I did in fact have a ground sheet, and that seems like a good idea, but there is one technical problem with it. I would never cut living evergreens to get the bowers, but there is quite a few evergreens on the ground, and the evergreens on the ground don't really last that long. So if it was life or death, yeah, for sure I'd cut down parts of a magnificent tree like that. But in the here and now, unless I find deadfall with spruce and pine needles on it, I'm leaving it be. Oh wow, 10 seconds ago there was a beautiful red fox just over there. It saw me, of course, ran off. And that is red fox tracks. So Mr. Fox has a lesson for us today. If you're frightened or startled in the bush and it's snowing, it's quite hard to move. So immediately flee backwards using the track you've already made. It'll be faster than trying to create a new trail. Well, I've arrived at the end of my trail. I'm going to head that way, and I'm going to follow whichever animal made the trail there. Not getting a good print of it, but there it is. While I'm out on the ice, just point out here, though it's more exposed to the wind, it's a lot faster. There's a beaver dam, and just beyond it's another one. But we'll save that for another day, as we will the exploration of the southern shore. That really needs exploring, and the whole thing's not really been looked at. But yeah, we came around this edging here, and of course just leaving there and coming straight across will be a lot faster. In terms of tracks, you can barely see mine, if at all, but you can see my new tracks today quite well. Magnificent tree, but wind, snow and ice makes it vulnerable. Look at that, eh? Beautiful tree. It's going to go at some point and cover this trail like the others have done, and then I may need to chainsaw it. Snowfall changes topography. It makes trees bend lower. Alters it. Does this look familiar to anybody? 4 nights ago I was sleeping on that. Looks a bit different now, eh? So if I was sleeping here, I'd clear the snow off and bank it up on the wind side, which is actually 360 degrees today. And that is where I tried out the Pocket Box twig stove. You can see it's a little different now. This is actually a magnificent old tree, and it's actually a great shelter spot, basically because the snow is angled away from it. One of the things I have to figure out is water in the winter. Signs of water generally are open flat areas without much on it, and they're very, very flat. That is pretty solid. Hard to get to now, eh? There are areas where you can get it though. A lot of the springs that bubble up around here come up above freezing, and so you can actually see them. For example, that is fresh water. Scoop it out, get the water. But I can't use a gravity filter on a day like this because it's below freezing, and they break below freezing. The micronic small little holes in the plastic that captures all the viruses, bacteria and protozoa, or most of them, fracture and break when normal water is inside and it expands, so you can't use it. So realistically, you're using water tablets. Now water tablets are going to take an awful long time to process water. At least 4 hours, and if you can, try 12 hours. Again, with water purification tablets, make sure that the outside of the container is not transparent and is not seeing any light anywhere. If you use water purification tablets based on chlorine, most of them are, any sort of light on the chlorine tablet actually makes it ineffective to sterilize, but you will still smell chlorine, so you can be fooled. Keep them covered up in a backpack or in your tent. But again, they're going to freeze as well, so you're going to have to treat quickly, or even treat the water in a hydration pack and keep the hydration pack between you and your coat so it doesn't freeze. I'm going to have a look at all that. It's going to be a work in progress, but I really want to get the water problem solved. And to be honest, it's just a big excuse to get out here and enjoy myself. Absolutely spectacular. Oh, Christmas stump, oh, Christmas stump.
So our vegan dinner tonight will be soup and salad, and I'm making a homemade mushroom soup with mushrooms, carrots, celery, garlic, onions, wild rice, sage, thyme, vegan vegetable stock, and at the last we stir in some coconut milk, and I cook it all in a bit of avocado oil. This is my homemade Italian salad dressing with olive oil and red wine vinegar and spices and things and a bit of nutritional yeast. This is mushroom soup with carrots and celery and wild rice and coconut milk. Wow. And a salad.
A nice tasty vegan dinner. Well, that's it for me. It's been quite a tiring day. Walked about 2.5 hours in the snow, got quite cold, got quite tired. I'm now having a lovely mushroom stew. Nice. Very tasty. Thanks for watching. Love you all. Toodles. This has been a Wolfie Terrier sensibly staying at home in front of the fire production 2023.